But first tonight, the live Pinpoint Doppler 12 weather team is tracking a red flag warning.
Today's dry, breezy conditions carry the potential for brush fires, and that's why firefighters are urging people to use common sense to help prevent a worst-case scenario.
Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca is standing by with more on the potentially dangerous fire conditions.
And first, our Pinpoint weather team coverage begins now with Eyewitness News reporter Jared Pliner, who's live in Johnston, where one brush fire broke out just a short time ago.
Mike Shannon, good evening. That's right. And by the way, we are calling this a red flag warning. We don't call it that. The National Weather Service does. But I found this on the ground today, a red flag, very apropos. You know, this is the way live television works out. We just, moments before going on air, saw the Johnston Fire Department clear this scene near the Greystone Mill. A brush fire towards the end of the day, right around that 6 o'clock where the advisory lifts. It shows you how good those predictions are that the Weather Service looks to, because the outcome is quite predictable. Johnston Fire Chief Timothy McLaughlin says on days like this one,
it truly comes down to common sense.
To resist the urge to flick a cigarette butt out of a car window or into a mulch pile. Wednesday's winds mixed with low humidity, a lack of rain, and dead vegetation prompted the National Weather Service to issue a red flag warning. Over the weekend, similar conditions triggered brush fires across the area. In Cranston, crews worked aggressively to shield these homes. When it comes to outdoor fires, we've heard many times over from fire investigators the phrase, the improper disposal of smoking materials.
I would venture to say it's probably number one or in the top two of how these fires start.
That famous mix of bone-dry ground materials and a whipping wind.
They'll just throw it, and they don't even realize that what they threw it in, it's a matter of seconds before it starts to go. And once the wind catches it, the embers fly.
Johnston does not allow burning. The town is too compact, but a wide swath of Massachusetts, New York, and Connecticut has been under red flag warnings this week. And so again, crews clear just moments before we came on air. This happened right back there. We saw them pouring water, and there was a little bit of smoke, and then they were sure to get it all under control in short order. But coming up new at 6 o'clock, we're going to take a look at a fire vehicle that Johnston Fire is looking to getting to work on that will allow them better access in environments just like this. For now, live in Johnston with the Northwest Mobile Newsroom, I'm Jared Pliner, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Tony. Our Pinpoint weather team coverage continues now. This week's red flag warnings are keeping local firefighters on high alert. New at 6, a look at a piece of equipment that one town is building to help extinguish brush fires more quickly. From the Northwest Mobile Newsroom, Eyewitness News reporter Jared Pliner is live now in Johnston.
Mike, we're going to show you that vehicle in just a moment, but you know, many times a department has to rely on another community to bring in a special brush truck, and we have found out Johnston is being very creative. A red flag warning Wednesday alerting to elevated fire risk. The winds, the dryness, the dead vegetation, not a good mix. Just before we came on air, Johnston crews were stamping out a brush fire near the Greystone Mill. 1 May ago, under identical conditions, Johnston Fire found part of Snake Den State Park ablaze.
We saw 25 to 30 acres at least. It could have been more. I mean, it was a day like today. I mean, it was windy, it was cool, it was windy, and that fire just kept rolling and rolling and rolling.
The chief says flicking a cigarette butt out of a car or into a mulch pile is a classic brush fire cause. He urges some thought.
What they threw it in, it's a matter of seconds before it starts to go. And once the wind catches it, the embers fly. Next thing you know, you're fighting a fire here, and it's a little down there, and that pot's going.
Chief McLaughlin gave Eyewitness News a look at this military Humvee the department picked up secondhand. The goal is to mount it with a water tank, electric pump, and lines. A homemade brush truck, so to speak, providing swift access into the woods when time is of the essence. And we are told one of the biggest hassles in a woods-type operation is running lines long distances into the brush. This vehicle expected to make things a whole lot easier. Live in Johnston with the Northwest Mobile Newsroom, I'm Jared Pliner, Eyewitness News.